Hey boys, welcome back to some more Melbourne Storm career. As you see, 3 wins on the trot there. It's round 24 and we're sneaking up the ladder to gain that first spot. Were the Bulldogs first? Did I see that wrong? God damn it, every time this happens, I like caps it, I see it out of the corner of my eye, just look away for a second, and then I sort of see it, and then the rest of the time I'm like, were they first? Were they first on the ladder? As you see there, sad news. I'm making this video, when the video goes up it'll probably be a little bit after it actually happened, but I'm making this video like a couple of days after Reece Martin quit the Bulldogs and went to the Super League, which is such a shame. I've talked about it before, but I used to play footy with Reece. We were friends growing up, and you know, I don't blame him at all. Dean Pay is a complete idiot, completely screwed him over this year, and you know, he made the right decision for his future, really, because like the annoying thing about it is that, oh, this is good play though. Just getting a little sidetracked. But the annoying thing, well, I was gonna say the annoying thing is that, you know, because he's getting stuffed around by Dean Pay, like other clubs and other teams, it's tough for them to sort of take notice. But in saying that, like the commentators talked him up a fair bit, and he was sort of like he was becoming like a sort of a biggish name. Like a lot of the commentators were talking about him. He's obviously a super coach. He was very well known, like in the super coach side of things, and like that sort of brought his popularity up a little bit. And then, you know, just from playing, like when he got game time, he was one of their better players, and you know, but Dean Pay, for whatever reason, it's just whatever. I mean, the Bulldogs beat the Sharks, which blew my mind. The Sharks, dude, they played some terrible football. I don't know how they didn't beat the Bulldogs, especially considering the fact that Kieran Foran got injured as well. Like, what was doing in that game? I'm not gonna get too much about that, but that was ridiculous. But yeah, Reece Martin, it's just a shame, dude, because, you know, still a young guy, in his, you know, mid-20s now, still plenty of time left. You know, Queenslander, if he could have got like a couple of years, he could have made his like dream of playing for Queensland. Like, he's played internationals against the best players in the world, like for Papua New Guinea, and he's held his own against them. Like, it's just sad. I'm frustrated by it, but that's what happened. And you know, hopefully, you know, goes over to Super League. I think he'll do well. Like, I think a lot of times with players going to, let's just look at the play. Pretty slick. We don't score, but it's almost a very nice try. But a lot of players that go to Super League, I feel like most NRL players that go there, even like, you know, even like guys that are sort of on the fringe, they usually do really well, except for guys that sort of get a little bit homesick, because it's obviously a huge change. Like, you're leaving all your friends, all your family, go to a new country, and you know, for some people it could be like way too, you just can't settle in, and those guys probably don't really perform that well, and maybe come back and play like Queensland Cup or New South Wales Cup, or don't ever really return to football. But I think most guys that are able to settle in, they usually do pretty well. And then, you know, hopefully with Reece, he can, you know, have a couple of good years over there and then come back to the NRL. Like, I don't think Reece is definitely a guy that would want to come back. As look at this try, dude. What a beautiful try. Great kick from Cameron Munster. Brandon Smith, just the absolute gun. Always reliable, always going to chase the kicks and get some well-earned 4 points, as Cameron Smith shouldn't make a mistake of this one. But yeah, Reece, I think Reece would definitely, he would jump at a chance to, you know, after, you know, serving his time, but you know, having some time over in the Super League and, you know, learning, you know, growing and all that sort of stuff. I think he would jump at the chance of a club look to pick him up. And I think, you know, he's got the talent. He's always had the talent to really be like a full-time first grader. Like, it's just annoying because he was so good last year for the Dogs, and it was just sort of like, on the outside looking in, it seemed like he was gonna, you know, play this year in that starting lineup. But Dean Pay, just what are you doing, mate? What are you freaking doing? Just unreal. But yeah, hopefully he comes back, and hopefully he comes back better than ever. And you know, he goes back to Townsville. He grew up in North Queensland. Well, Townsville was in North Queensland, but he was more, you know, country town than that. And then obviously moved to Townsville to play. So, you know, hopefully a couple of years he can come back to Townsville, play for the Cowboys. They could do with another young back rower. Is right here. Terrible defense. Absolutely shocking defense. Raymond Fatala Mariner just goes straight through. He's another guy. Fatala Mariner, I mean, at the start of this year, he was obviously injured. I don't know what his injury. I think he did his knee or something last year, but the start, like probably like the half of last year, even like 3/4 of the season last year, he really came on as a player, and it looked like the Bulldogs honestly looked like they could do something this year with their young forward pack coming through. And for Fatala Mariner, he was outstanding, but ever since he's come back into the team, like he hasn't looked anywhere near the player he was. So I don't know, dude. I think honestly, I mean, the Bulldogs have their own issues, but geez, they've got to get rid of Dean Pay, surely. Like, I feel like they've got some potential there in their young players, but they're... Look at this one, dude. Oh, too good. Scotty Drinkwater. What a try. It's hit the upright. Did it bounce off the crossbar twice? No, I think it might have just hit it once, and Drinkwater just takes it easy as you like, puts it down, and that's going to seal the game with an absolute great finish. There's been a couple of good episodes for finishes. The Roosters game and now this one, so yeah, a little bit of an off-topic video, but regardless, a very good win. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.